Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to TOUHOU Project Mania Cup. We are just cruising right along throughout these loser bracket matches. I believe this is the final match of Saturday before we get into the Sunday matches, which will be happening a long time from now. But for now, we have a pretty solid match for us today. It's going to be SpongeBob Water versus E=mc². Lots of familiar names up on the screen. It's going to be our 10th seed versus our 13th seed in a loser bracket match. So it's a winner-take-all moment here. As always, my name is Sunny. Commentating along with me is going to be Paturages. How's it going, Paturages?
Hi. Doing pretty well. It's a sunny afternoon in France, in Europe in general, and I'm definitely staying in my house for some reason. Well, to commentate for these few matches so far, and those names are definitely familiar. Like we see a couple of American top players in SpongeBob Water, and some well-renowned Asian players in E=mc².
Yes, indeed, and as we are just waiting for everybody just to hop in the lobby, I think we have received note from one of the players that SpongeBob Water will be losing a player. Fubu-san, I believe, will not be available for this match.
That's pretty unfortunate for SpongeBob Water, but the remaining players are definitely able to sustain the intensity of the quarterfinals map pool, from what I've seen, at least.
Yes, and losing Fubu-san for this match for SpongeBob Water, not the biggest worry in the world, although they are one of the biggest Rice gauntlets that are currently in the Mania scene. They are extremely strong at Rice, especially when it comes to that ratio side of things. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fubu-san were to be in this lobby and were to play, they would be probably hitting some of those 998 or even 997 marks on some of these Rice-based charts. But that doesn't mean the other players on SpongeBob Water cannot back them up. We do have, like you mentioned, a lot of top American players. Two, in fact, on SpongeBob Water that made the roster for 2024 Mania World Cup. And if you were there for that, the United States did win the entire tournament. Beta Carotene and Hello Sun, two very solid players in their own range. Beta Carotene, a very strong Rice player. Definitely one of the backbones for that legendary United States team, and Hello Sun being one of the top LN players like ever. So even with SpongeBob Water being down a player, they do have some backups in their pocket for that occasion.
Also, the world's just whirling, literally. It's going to be a 60 versus a 98, so 98 very dominant result coming from, I believe, SpongeBob Water. 60, decent, but not going to be enough against a 98.
Yeah, SpongeBob Water looking like they're probably... Honestly, if I were to be SpongeBob Water, I'd probably want to avoid those long note picks. I know... because you have some very scary long no players on the side of E=mc². We have one of the top LN players, or one of the two top LN players on that team, Silhouette's, who I think does not really need much of an introduction. Everybody knows who Silhouette's is. A very top long no player, definitely one of the most well-respected and one of the most notable players, just solely for their LN, and same with Parponger. They are a very solid Thai long no player. I believe one of the best ones in their own right when it comes to their own country, I would say. So then again, it's kind of like I would probably say an LN versus Rice deal, but like I said, E=mc² definitely has. SpongeBob Water definitely has some, I would say, some competition when it comes to the long notes, but we'll have to see. Still waiting for those protects and all that to come in, so...
Yeah, well, they just realized that they had to protect, so... I guess it's a nice time to wake up, as they made a fair amount of small talk in the chat. Like, I feel like a lot of those players are definitely pretty casual, pretty let down, and don't really feel the nerves anymore. Or maybe they're just talking their heart out because they are exactly nervous for this match.
Yeah, and definitely so, because like I mentioned earlier, this is a loser's bracket match, and it's a bit frightening to see these players down in the loser's bracket, and we are going to be getting into those protects. SpongeBob Water going to protect Rice to make sense. E equals mc² going to dip down into that lower part of the map. We're going to protect LN4. Once again, not really surprised by that. Just kind of going for what they're most comfortable with. So I wouldn't be surprised if E equals mc² kind of just hangs around in that lower part of the map pool, while SpongeBob Water will be at that top part. Kind of just going for what they're, like I said, what they're going for, their most comfortable range.
Our goat penguin might be coming.
I believe it's
ask.
Harponger.
Yeah, I dare ask what that cryptic statement might mean, but we'll know soon enough.
Yeah, it would make sense if they are referring to Harponger, because they do have a penguin profile picture on Osu.
Oh, is that what this... Yeah, is that what this means? Okay. Sure.
And I stand correct, as it looks like it is Harponger that will be joining in the lobby, hopefully. And I just realized Minato Aquafan is actually Racksack. I did not know that. I had to look at their profile, and they had a name change. Racksack, a very solid player as well.
Yeah, so top players all around the place. Some players might be a little bit more retired than others, but we still game.
I believe we're getting a bit of a correction. I believe it was Rice 4 that was protected from SpongeBob Water, not Rice 2.
Well, the protects don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to see a Rice 1 ban from E equals mc². Makes sense. LN 1 ban from SpongeBob Water, so I believe my prediction would most likely stay correct, with just not wanting to go into the other team's field of range and just kind of stay in your own. And you do have 5 Rice maps to go for, while E equals mc² only having 3 long note charts, so maybe breakpoints will definitely be a key factor in this match, and we're gonna see Rice 6 come out for SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, in terms of breakpoint dynamic, I feel like the Rice department, historically speaking, has been more of a playfield for close calls and breakpoints. However, in this lineup in particular, I feel like the LN department might also be as close, because Hello Sun and some other players that I might not know from the SpongeBob Water lineup might be matching the level of E equals mc², which is kind of incredible to say amongst the roster of Suzuki L's, Harponger, Minato Aquafan. I'm not really counting H-Sod, because H-Sod is not really an LN player, I don't think, but I think they know how to handle them okay.
Yeah, I feel like I can already sort of get a grasp on how the Rice roster will be looking for E equals mc², and Beta Carotene not going to be on the side of SpongeBob Water. Maybe they're just I don't know if we ever got a message if they are alive and in the lobby or they're gonna have to miss out. If so, then that's gonna be very dangerous for SpongeBob Water because that means they'll only be a two-piece while E equals MC² has their entire roster. And I mean, Raxac, also known as Minato Aquafan, is a very strong Rice player. Not probably matching up to the levels of some of the Likings on SpongeBob Water, but can definitely keep the players in check. And then also H-Shot, a very solid Rice player as well. More or less just there to kind of, like I said, just as long as they can stay in that range, avoid the misses, and keep their ratio at a solid, they can most likely pull out a breakpoint if SpongeBob Water is not careful enough. So I don't feel like this will be a completely one-sided match. It is definitely going to come down to the wire at a few points in this match. And here we go, underway with our first map. It's going to be Rice 6.
Yeah, I feel like in this lobby in particular, Hello Sun is slated to be one of the favorites to be getting the MVP of the entire lobby. However, it is probably up to Clarepis to keep up with the rest of the lobby in order to get the point for SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, this is most definitely a team effort, so just as long as Clarepis can stay within the range of Hello Sun, kind of just be that backup, that backbone for SpongeBob Water, it should be okay, as we can already see Hello Sun absolutely dominating that intro section, but there definitely is still lots of map to go, but it's not the longest map in the world. And yeah, Hello Sun destined to be the favorites, like you mentioned. Well, Aeson putting up a valiant effort to try and balance things out. They are at a 99.8, while Raxac is struggling a bit. They are at that 99.7 range. Still putting up a solid performance, but just look at those two players on SpongeBob Water. A 99, both players 99.9. They're pretty much tied in accuracy.
Yeah, Minato Aquafan, also known as Raxac, rather going through the combo strategy rather than the accuracy one. And Clarepis, definitely someone I didn't necessarily know as a player. Maybe they got the rename and it's actually someone I know, but definitely a really solid player to be looking out for.
I'm pretty sure that is Claire P, if I am correct. They did name change. Yeah, that is Claire P. Personally, never really heard of them. I did hear about them a few times, but oh, there's a break from Minato Aquafan. And that combo game they had, and that was at the very end of the match, so wasn't really going to be anything too major, but still, that will swing the lead to SpongeBob Water by quite a wide margin now, 22,000 points and climbing. And as the map concludes, SpongeBob Water will be taking the first point of this match, 1994 million, and wow!
Yeah, well, that's a team score and a half. 997.7 and 997.1. 75 plus 95 is just about 100
170,
and
170, I think.
300s out of 3,000. Almost 3,300 notes. That's not a lot.
Wow, that is the fact that you can 1-to-10 ratio with two players, like adding up those 300 counts, you get pretty much a 1-to-10 ratio. That is insane.
Yeah, no,
but
well, that is a statement and a half in regards to SpongeBob Water's Rice proficiency. So it's not going to be easy for E equals MC² to upset that. Although, like, the results they just got on their end is definitely, I think it's definitely promising enough that they can go for combo strategies in order to kind of just lay low and wait for a choke or multiple ones coming from SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna see Long Note 3 get the pick from E equals MC². So they are gonna hop into what they feel most comfortable with. They're gonna go with the Concealed 4 Seasons, And we're probably going to see Silhouette and Parponger jump in for this pick. It is going to be a bit interesting to see how SpongeBob Water will adapt to this, because Clearpits, I have not seen their long note gameplay, but I think we all know how Hello Sun will perform on this map. They are one of the strongest long note players this game has ever seen, and just strongest overall. You did see that Rice performance from them. So I feel like it's just going to be these two, since it looks like Beta Carotene is not in the lobby, and we already have the confirmation that Fubusan will not be making the match. So it's not looking the greatest for SpongeBob Water when it comes to the longest, but who knows? Maybe Clearpits is kind of playing a bit of mind games for E=mc², claiming they're not the greatest at long notes, but who knows? We're gonna have to see. Maybe they are a secret long note mastermind.
Yeah, well, maybe the International Women's Day will help them get that point.
True, happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, just believe in the women, they will help you get that point.
And are we going to see Silhouette L's for this pick?
No,
I feel like
I feel like Els is a bit too rusty for this kind of pick. Like, this pick is like pretty physical and erratic in its orientation. So maybe not Els' strongest LN skill set.
Yeah, probably not her cup of tea. Would probably want to sit and wait for those more easier long note picks that focus a bit more on the accuracy than your physicality, as this map is 5.2 stars, and we're already seeing pretty early, not I would say accuracy drop, but a pretty early start for Clearpits. They are down in that that high 99.6 range, while everyone else is at least a 99.8 or above, but Parponger finding a couple 200s that will level them down to Clearpits. But Clearpits finds an early break right at right near the 1,000 combo mark, and Hello Sun as well drops as well. No more FCs on SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, in terms of accuracy, Clearpits definitely dropped a fair amount of accuracy with that combo break. Hello Sun, pretty clean miss, all things considered, so gonna hang around Parponga's own accuracy. But the full combos on E=mc² side are definitely going to help maintain that 10,000 point lead.
Yeah, just as long as they can keep that accuracy up and that combo. Accuracy isn't really a priority for E=mc² now. It's just mainly just holding that combo as much as you can. And as I say that,
did you do?
Parponger finds a slider break, I believe, and it has been quite a bit since I've cursed somebody. But Clearpits does trade that back, so no harm, no foul there.
Yeah, no, that was a really ugly combo break coming from Parponger. It was like very atypical to see.
Maybe a mind block potential, or maybe maybe a keyboard misinput, or they just kind of forgot to hit that note. Who knows? But either way, they are starting to climb that accuracy back up. They are already over that combo cap, and it is a 17,000 point lead. The only FC left coming from Racksack, and they have been keeping that accuracy at a steady. They are at 99.79, almost at 99.8. And even Hello Sun, even with that one break they had at the start of the map, they are still matching up with Minato Aquafan, which is a bit scary.
It's definitely scary, yeah. But Hello Sun has built themselves up to be one of the best players in the world, so probably want to take up the mantra of, I guess, MWC US carry.
Yeah, but even with Hello Sun's best effort to kind of sort of ease the bleeding with the accuracy, it all comes down to that combo, and right now Minato Aquafan and Parponger have been in the driver's seat for that, and Parponger kind of just keeping Clearpits in check when it comes to the combo and the accuracy. And a pretty nasty LN density section to kind of close out the map, not really catching up anybody. And the map is going to be concluding fairly soon. Minato Aquafan in the 99.8 range still, but falls at the end, but it's not really going to matter. E equals mc² will tie this up at 1, and wow, those are some crazy scores.
Yeah, incredible score coming from Minato Aquafan. We believe in the anime women. Unfortunately, Minato Aqua is graduated from Hololive, as with many others, but we do believe in the women today. So, coming from the score of Hello Sun might be also representing the women at this point.
That is true. And it is now back to SpongeBob Water on what they want to pick. And I mean, I would like to take a shot in the dark, and I mean, they have 5 more rice picks to go with. But I feel like that would be a bit risky.
Nah, well, I feel like I feel like the result of the first map was like pretty definite in terms of accuracy advantage for SpongeBob Water. So I feel like they still are feeling confident on the rice department. So it all comes down to pick which one of the rice exactly, because all of the rices are pretty different in terms of strategy. Rice 2, pretty straightforward. Rice 3, 4, 5, more technical, and the last one is definitely a bunch harder and more mini-jack oriented than the rest of them.
But also, it could just be one combo break from the side of SpongeBob Water, and that could be the do-or-die situation, as you really got to be careful with how you play out combo-wise, because the accuracy can be very strong. But E equals mc², I think there might have been a miss from one of the players on that Rice 6, but even then, there definitely could be an opportunity where if they just keep that combo in hand and there's a break from SpongeBob Water, that could spell disaster. And especially if it's on the more tame Rice, and where the accuracies are a lot more close, that'd be even more dangerous. And looks like Minato Aquafan will be swapped out with Parponger. Actually, that's actually not bad. I feel like Parponger, I think I've seen Parponger's Rice performance on a few charts before. They are fairly solid. So maybe just wanting to probably focus on maybe just better accuracy, because we did see Minato Aquafan's accuracy in that in Rice 6. Wasn't the strongest compared to the rest, so maybe a Parponger could be in as a way to just help that. H-Sod will be staying in for this pick, and it looks like we're going to probably just see the same 2 players for SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, Parponger and H-Sod, a lineup that is lining up to be a fan favorite, I feel like. Parponger, H-Sod, I feel like that's a pretty likable lineup. Like, that's a beautiful shit.
And looks like everyone is ready up. We are going to be getting underway with this pick. It's going to be Rice 4. It's going to be mirror versus non-mirror.
Oh, that is pretty interesting. You can just look in the center and have complete symmetry. And if the pick ends up really close, then you can really have true symmetrical gameplay right here, right now.
And I feel like this is the Jack pick, if I am not wrong. And if that's the case, it is very smart to put H-Sod in there, as they are a notoriously strong Jack player, and maybe Parponger also excels well in that Jack range. So just as long as they can hold up that accuracy, it should be fine. And right now, this is a lot closer than what we saw on Rice 6.
Yeah, apparently Therapy is originally an Eterna player, so it's definitely up their alley in terms of skill set. So pretty gonna be pretty interesting to see how everything unfolds.
Yeah, honestly, would not be surprised, as I believe I saw their name around in Eterna before, so I'm definitely going to excel a bit more in that rice range. And you can definitely see 99.98 right now on this Jack pick, and getting a little bit of a break now. That lead is in the 1000s, but definitely you can see Porponger and H-Sod still that 9.9 range, but Hello Sun and Clifford's are just ahead by a tiny bit. So, I mean, there is still this back half of the map to go. And like I mentioned, it's not really just how well your accuracy is. You really just gotta focus on just not dropping at all, because these players have shown a insane amount of consistency, and if one falls, that would be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, one single drop may spell the doom of one or the other team, as we are coming to a close now. Therapy, unfortunately, going to the one to clear the curse here. Going to potentially give a breakpoint for equals mc² here.
I mean, yeah, 4,000 point lead, but they are going to climb up to the 400 combo cap fairly shortly, and there we go. That will shorten up the lead just by a tiny bit, but I mean, we are already far too late into this map. But I believe there is still map for if E equals mc² wants to give up a break, but Porponger and H-Shot have just been consistent the entire way through, and there we go. There's going to be a breakpoint for E equals mc², and that was, yeah, you can see the straw that broke the camel's back. It was the break, and wow, some 50 300 count though. That is insane.
Yeah, just across the entire lobby. That is a score that you can expect on a core Jack pick. That is only 144 BPM despite the physicality of some other picks. So, like, that is straight up the easiest pick of the entire Rice pick, which was arguably a bad choice for SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, because now they just gave up a breakpoint to E equals mc², and they have two more long note picks to choose, and I would feel like it'd probably, if I were E equals mc², I would probably go to my Protect, and oh, they're actually going to go for LN2. Interesting, I would say, because this map is, I'm pretty sure it is really difficult. Like, this is the density pick, if I'm correct, which means it is. I don't know how to feel about this. We're probably just gonna see Porponger and Minato Aquafan back in for this, as we did see for the previous long note pick, but we're gonna have to see. Yeah, we're gonna see Minato Aquafan join in, replacing H-Sod for this pick. And I would not be surprised if they keep Porponger in there, as Siloscale's probably still de-resting behind the scenes, but I mean, there probably will be a long no pick where we're going to see Els join in. I feel like there probably is a pick in there. Or maybe even maybe even in the hybrid pool, who knows? But for now, this is what we're gonna see.
Yeah, I feel like Els might be too rusty to actually play quarterfinals. Like, the rest of the players are still much more active players nowadays. So I wouldn't be surprised if Els was just here as a captain and a kind of a strategist rather than a player. Kind of the squiddy treatment. If Els watches this and catches me saying the squidded treatment, then yeah, you can thank me later.
And here we go in with LN2.
Yeah, in terms of accuracy, it's actually going to be quite challengeable for SpongeBob Water to get their breakpoint back, as Clerpe is actually pretty decent in terms of LN density accuracy compared to Paponga. So a pretty dangerous pick.
As you can see, the accuracy from Paponga suffering a bit, as although that accuracy lead, or that score lead, not the largest, as especially we just started off this map, and it is quite lengthy, almost 3.5 minutes, so there is definitely a lot of map, but I just feel like Paponga just needs to recover that accuracy, and Hello Sun is ahead of the game here, although Minato Aquafan is keeping Clerpus in check, so just as long as they keep Clerpus in check and Paponga has the chance to climb up and stay at relatively ahead of Clerpus, that should be enough to accelerate E equals MC² into the lead.
Yeah, looking very promising for SpongeBob Water right now, and LN density was definitely one of the picks where I think like quote-unquote Eternal players would shine the best. But however, the combo break from Clerpe isn't necessarily going to lend credence to what I just said. So yeah, that is essentially a curse.
Yeah, and Viper's finding a break. Although the lead is still in favor of SpongeBob Water, it is not by much, as the accuracy is still ahead of Paponga, but Paponga is nearing dangerously close.
Yeah, I think like most of the advantage is also thanks to Hello Sun's absolutely stellar performance. Minato Aquafan also a little bit behind in terms of accuracy, and that might also be enough to have those 4,000 points lead for SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, that might just also be the catalyst as well. Hello Sun kind of just staying ahead of everybody, as Paponga is still yet to overtake Clerpus in accuracy, and as we are nearing the end of the map, I think it's gonna have to be another break if E equals MC² wants to take this, as that lead is actually starting to grow on the side of SpongeBob Water. But Paponga is very close to overtaking Clerpus in accuracy, but I don't think that will do any greater good, and the map is coming to a conclusion. SpongeBob Water will be taking a breakpoint back.
Yeah, straight breakpoints back to back, as we marvel upon Hello Sun's accuracy. 994, definitely a score that sets itself apart from the rest of the lobby, and definitely a huge contributor to the breakpoint that SpongeBob Water just got.
Yeah, and SpongeBob Water, now their turn to pick, and this is looking fairly solid for them. They have just taken their breakpoint back, and they could just stick to their guns, which honestly, now those are starting to wither out just a bit. They only have 4 of those picks left.
Hello Sun asking for more YuEast. Can we stop putting YuEast in the... Oh no! Oh, that is that. I thought the complete opposite was asked. Like, can we keep putting YuEast in the pool? And I completely like misread the word.
Is there even? There is a grand total of what? 1, 2, 3 YuEast maps in this map pool out of how many maps? 7.
Yeah, well,
It's 15 maps.
yeah, I mean,
there's only 3, and you banned one of them.
yeah, I mean that's fair. I feel like YuEast has been a very prolific mapper throughout all of the categories of the map pool, and as a lead map pooler, and I believe as a host as well, YuEast has been taking a lot of responsibility in, I guess, going through quality control, and also as an NWC contributor as well.
We're gonna see Calamity Fortune coming in for this next pick, race 3. And we're probably just gonna see the same lineup for E equals mc², Parponger, and HSOD. Or maybe Minato Aqua fan. One or the other.
Yeah, I feel like that's it's kind of a coin flip in regards to who's going to be playing what pick, because I feel like all of the players of the equals mc² are fairly capable in terms of handling the quarterfinals, and it's just fine-tuned to whoever gets the best score on each pick. Okay, so Calamity Fortune, a classic in terms of song choice. An oldie, as one might know from Leaf.
Yeah, I definitely have heard this song quite a lot in my time of playing this game. But here we go. 230 BPM. I would like to take a shot in the dark and say this is Jump Stream, but...
No, well, there's another Jump Stream pick. It is Rice number 2. This one, I feel it's going to be more Rice, mixed Rice oriented. But it remains to be seen because I've never seen this map before.
And it looks to be correct, and maybe just a bit of a mix of rice, and yeah, definitely looks to be more of a mixed rice base, but with a more of a jump stream bias. And HSOD starting off on the wrong foot, finding an early break actually.
Yeah, not the best of starts for what is ultimately... oh, it's actually the red team's pick, so it wouldn't be be a breakpoint, but it is one of the picks where the blue team could have challenged the red team. Although, looking at Hello Sun's accuracy, it's just, what?
Yeah, I don't know what they are doing. I think someone needs to check and see if they are human.
And Claire P also almost matching that accuracy. Parponger actually not being too far behind in terms of accuracy, but HSOD's kind of disadvantaged as they catch another combo break before the next string of jump streams. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle to catch up.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a uphill fights here, as it looks like HSOD did find another break earlier. They are now, but they have crossed that forwarded combo cap, but just look at Hello Sun and Clairfist, and I mean, Parponger is just right behind them, but I mean, HSOD needs to really catch up on that accuracy and even that combo, but I think at this point you would need a trade back from SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, this jump stream structure is like really dense, and there's like nothing really, nowhere really to catch your breath, and I guess that's what got HSOD by surprise here. Oh god, those split shots are so ugly. Oh, okay. We see signs of vulnerability coming from Hello Sun.
Ooh. Yeah, there is a break from Hello Sun, but it seems a bit too late in the map, as they are only 99.92 still. their accuracy still being insanely good. And I think just even based off Harponger trying their best, HSOD as well trying to recover, I feel like more needs to be done. I know that lead did shrink just a tad bit, but not by the greatest of margins. And the map is coming to a close, and it looks like SpongeBob Water will still keep this point in their favor despite that break from Hello Sun.
Let's see what those ratios look like for a second. 104 for Claire P, definitely showing the hit-order bias. Even better than Hello Sun, actually. I'm quite surprised to see that Claire P is actually overtaking Hello Sun, one of the best players in the world's ratios. It's definitely a bit behind, a little bit unfortunate for the blue team here in terms of getting an opportunity to break the point against SpongeBob Water. However, the combo break from Hello Sun definitely shows an area where they can attack.
And we are gonna see LN4 get the pick from E equals mc². Gonna go for their protect, and the last long note pick on the board.
Yeah, that one is not simple. It's the one time I've seen, which is 1 hour ago, none of the players got a full combo on it. So I feel like we can expect a fair amount of combo breaks, and the consistency of everyone involved is going to be challenged. But we see the first entrance of Silver Scales in this match, and that is a pick that is definitely going to be leaning towards Elz's advantages, skill sets, biases, and then coordination. A very beloved skill set to have. Gonna be interesting to see how Claire P does on this one, because I don't think like that's an eternal skill set at all.
Yeah, and we are going to see Silver Scales jump in for this pick. I'm pretty sure, like you mentioned earlier. And it's going to be a bit interesting to see, like you said, how Claire P does on a pick like this. And, oh, there's an early break from Silver Scales and Minato Aqua fan. But this map just got started, and it is extremely dense.
We are getting an abort, I'm assuming, if my network fan is desperately asking for it. And I dare say, if my network fan is asking for it.
I feel like maybe the ref might have refused, because probably the 30-second mark, I believe, might have went through. We're not seeing an abort.
Yeah, that is definitely quite strange to see.
Yeah. And I mean, not seeing an abort, I guess this lead will stay in SpongeBob Water's favor.
Well, if the pick goes through, it's definitely not going to be a very interesting pick to look at in terms of a match dynamic. However, we can glean upon Claire P's performance, which is definitely not bad for an Eterna player, but definitely going to be a notch below what everyone else is doing.
And goodbye, Laser Client. It was nice knowing you.
That's right, it's like this cinematic view.
Yeah, it's like making it a bit more dramatic. And yeah, I mean, Clarky's managing to hold up in that 99 factor, even though the Eterna doesn't really focus on long notes. Is a very, very impressive ability, and I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't really know what's happening on Japan's end right now. Maybe a keyboard issue of some sort, or computer issue. We'll just have to learn about it after the pick is done.
Yeah, maybe could have been that, but we're still gonna have to wait.
Okay, so Minato fan definitely didn't ask for anything in the chat, so game freeze. Okay.
Oh,
that would make sense.
Yeah, but did they not? I guess the abort. I guess it must have happened a bit too late.
Yeah, I cannot wait for the day Laser is fully optimized to avoid these situations. I hear it's definitely better optimized for some people, but for some other people it's less optimized. So it's a bit unfortunate to figure out.
Yeah, and it looks like we are going to be seeing a breakpoint for SpongeBob Water because of that. So it is going to be their pick. And they're going to go for Rice 7. So we're going to go for Summer Night Elementus Remix.
He's going for the hardest Rice pick in the pool, which is definitely going to be fit SpongeBob Water very well, as Clarky and Hello Sun have shown themselves to be very proficient at hitting the rice. I was gonna say hitting the griddy, but that's something else.
Here we go with Summer Nights.
So far, the lineup of Paponga and H-Thought are definitely proficient enough and physical enough to sustain this kind of pick. However, H-Thought dropping some crucial accuracy here in this beginning is probably gonna be able to catch it up pretty fast, as this is only the beginning of the map. However, being behind on accuracy versus Clarky and Hello Sun is definitely dangerous.
Yeah, oh, there's a break from Hello Sun. We'll trade with H-Sod there. But H-Sod has the more of an accuracy deficiency compared to what Hello Sun got with that one break. So that won't really benefit HSOD as Hellosun reaches that 400 combo cap now. That will increase the lead a bit for the side of SpongeBob Water. Roughly 6,000 points.
Yeah, 6,000 points is definitely recoverable as we are nearing the halfway point of the map. Anything can still happen in the later half.
Yes, for sure.
HSOD, not necessarily recovering in terms of accuracy, however, just having trouble ever so slightly to get back to the 99.5 mark. Just coming back to it right now, but I feel like those 200s here and there are definitely hurting their chances.
Yeah, and as we approach the final third of this map, then again, it's still just going to be what we have been seeing, although it could take another break off the side of SpongeBob Water to really shift things. But as it stands, it doesn't look like it. As Hellosun has been just climbing that accuracy up, basically almost beating out Parponger now. And Parponger has been staying relatively steady with that accuracy. And Hellosun.
HSOD building up to 99.6 almost. Not going to be enough to catch up to the rest of the lobby, but still doing a great job building that accuracy back up. And it's down. Oops.
Yeah, still making a valiant effort of trying to kind of bring this, bring their team back. But I mean, even then, still 13,000 points with a break from Hellosun. I mean, just look at Clarpus; they are still in that 99.9 range, and Parponger doing their best of efforts to kind of cancel that out. Then again, a very solid effort on the side of both sides. SpongeBob Water now will be at a match point situation. But it will be equal. E equals mc²'s pick, however. So they're really going to have to strategize here because they have ran out of long note picks. So probably go for the hybrids that are more long note based is probably what I would.
Please, I want to see Abandoned Shrine Party. I feel like that pick would be so based coming from E equals mc², but it remains to be seen which one they go for. Seem to be discussing their pick behind the scenes, trying to come up with a counter strategy to avoid their ill fate. As SpongeBob Water is on match point.
Well, this could potentially be their last pick of this entire tournament, so you really have to really think what you want to go for here. And they're going to go for Hybrid 1.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty solid choice. I don't super remember this pick, but if it is a coordination oriented, then they probably have a chance of catching the red team off guard by just throwing coordination at them.
Yeah, that could be the strat they are currently going for, but we're just gonna have to see as it's a fairly short map, roughly 2.5 minutes, so not really much to work with here, so go by fairly quick. Just waiting for everybody to ready up, and the good luck have funs are being sent. And here we go, underway with Hybrid 1. It is a do or die situation for E equals MC². Will they win 3 points back to back? Will they force a tiebreaker? It is entirely possible. We have seen, I have definitely seen lots of interesting stuff in my commentating career that definitely shocked everybody, but here we go, underway with Hybrid 1. And I'm actually interested to see how Clarpus will do on this, as it is a mix of Rice and Long Note. So having to balance Rice alongside some LN, it can either be, honestly, if I would say this is probably harder than just a plain Long Note chart. If it comes to accuracy and maybe even combo as well.
Yeah, it's definitely something uncommon coming from a mid-turn standpoint. But right now, doing a fairly great job at handling this. Not dropping too much accuracy, still going to be ahead of Parponga by the slightest margin.
Yeah, Parponga 99.67. Staying, well, Clarpus did find a bit of an accuracy drop there, not by the widest of margins, but with a couple hundredths of a percentage. Parponga now only behind by 200ths of a percentage, now 4, while Minato Aquafan is trying their best to keep, just kind of keep this lead from going any further, and I mean, it is working well, and Parponga just needs to climb up that accuracy, and right now that is what they're doing. They are staying ahead of Clarpus by just the slightest of margins, and there's a break from Clarpus! That was a pretty huge break. That dropped them down 0.3 of a percentage. And now that lead will be going towards E equals MC² by almost 8,000 points. Just as long as they can keep what they currently have, this should be a perfect standpoint for E equals MC².
That was a really ugly miss in terms of accuracy drop and combo, so the advantage is definitely steered towards E equals MC². A pretty unfortunate situation as the map comes to a close, and we are just going to see how well E equals MC² did in terms of accuracy.
And wow, 99.71 and 99.69, very solid FCs on the side of E equals MC². Interesting that Clarpus actually managed to outratio Minato Aquafan.
Yeah, not necessarily getting it in terms of stability from the 200 count, but in terms of ratio, I feel like a lot of the ratio comes from just the Rice ratio. Hello Sun with the 996k, not going to be enough to carry SpongeBob Water, but it is 5-3. Still one more point for SpongeBob Water to win the entire match and go ahead into the losers bracket.
And just waiting for what SpongeBob Water is going to go for. They are going to go for Rice 5.
Ooh,
and Gonna try to put the nail in the coffin here.
I love this song. It's so good.
Very much of a banger.
And we get some unintended lore from the chat, as Paponga is apparently sight reading everything, kind of based, if I dare say so.
Definitely a interesting move. And here we go with SpongeBob Water's last pick of this match, actually.
Yeah, if E equals mc² manages to snag this pick, they get one extra pick towards a potential tiebreaker. It's definitely within the realm of possibility if SpongeBob Water drops some combo, because right now they do have the accuracy advantage.
Yeah, right now it is a very solid lead, only just roughly 1,000 points on the side of SpongeBob Water, and that is just clarity of being ahead of the game, ahead of Paponga and Minato Aquafan. While Minato Aquafan just below that 99.9 range, they are in the low 99.8s, now in the 99.7s. That will increase that lead for SpongeBob Water. But we just started off this map. There is still plenty of map left to go. And lots of these more technical dump bursts. A pretty much normal Epic Man 2 map. And yeah, as Paponga now drops at 99.9, that lead will start to increase a bit more as more of these nasty bursts do come out. Just a solid look at those 99.9s from SpongeBob Water.
Yeah, no signs of vulnerability coming from them, as everyone is kind of just hoping that anything drops from the red side of things. But unfortunately, that is going to drop on the blue side. And probably gonna put the nail in the coffin for this pick. But we do see a sign of vulnerability coming from Hello Sun once again.
Oh, just when signs of life were shown, Hello Sun does find a break, but there will be not much signs of life from E equals mc² because this is an 8,000 point lead.
Yeah, I would say like if E equals mc² managed to keep the full combo going on Minato Aquafan's end, it might have meant a breakpoint to keep the match going. But, well, it is all hypothetical as the match ends on a 6-3 for SpongeBob Water. And that is a really scary team to see in the losers bracket on the quarterfinals map pool, because they have another match coming up, probably tomorrow.
Yeah, they will be moving on to their conditional match. It will be at 5 UTC Sunday against the girls band Cry, which is another very scary team in the losers bracket. That consists of a very, very, very strong Chinese team. I believe it consists of Parasol Tree, Rico, Liang Fenfan, and Namia, which are all extremely strong Chinese players. and that will be one match that you don't want to miss out on. But once again, congratulations to SpongeBob Water for winning the match. Unfortunately, we are going to have to say goodbye to E = mc², as that was the losers bracket match. Very scary to see these players in the losers bracket. Be on the lookout for these teams. GG, well played for that. But for now, I believe we will be taking a very long break before our next match, which will be at, if I am correct, 3 UTC Sunday. It will be, oh my goodness, Retaridos y Peligrosos, I butchered that, versus the Clones. That is another losers bracket match that will be happening at Sunday 3 UTC. We will see you then, but for now, Paturages, do you have anything else to close out this stream with?
Remember to breathe, I guess.
Yes. We will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.